Hey, how are you? I'm Trent Esberg, and I am super excited to be going through and showing you the project we've been working on for quite a while behind the scenes. We created a company called Twine Apps. We're a group of accounting and bookkeeping professionals in the accounting software industry. We've got an international network we've been going through and building out what we know have been pain points for us in the industry forever and a day, especially since cloud has become all the rage. And of course, we're going through a massive platform shift at the moment. But we've gone about building a suite of apps and we're developing these over time. And we're pretty excited to talk about our first one, which we've got called TwineBiller. What TwineBiller does is take your wholesale billing from your QuickBooks and your Xero account as a pro advisor and a partner. And it allows you to go through and simplify the way that you do your invoicing for your clients. So doing your billing. And what it does is it takes that wholesale CSV that you receive each month, it goes through, we map it out to your customers, you set your rules around how you want to on charge those costs to your customers. And then it creates that, it remembers it, it maps it each month, and then you can go through and push that out through your QuickBooks or your Xero folder. This specific demo we're doing today is just for QuickBooks, so we will do a Xero one that's going to mirror this as well. Really excited to jump in and show you what we've got working, and I'll kick off and go from here. So here we are, TwineBiller.com. So really excited. We're going to step on through and show you how you can use the software. We've got some of these features set up in here, but I will step through to show you each of them as we go through so you can get a feel for that. We get our two-factor come on through and away we go. So this is our dashboard. Pretty simple. What we're looking at doing is we've got a connection for our file that we're going to have. So in this instance, we're going to be using QuickBooks, but you've also got Xero there. And then once we've gone through and got everything set up, we're going to use the upload billing CSV area here. But before we jump into that, I just want to show you the settings that we've gotten organized. The fundamental reason that we're going through and setting up Twine Apps overarching as an app building company is because we just think that there's too many ways about going and doing things. Too many bells and whistles. We really want to simplify and distill the way that we go through and bind all of those processes within our business. So we've kept this at a minimum to be able to go through and complete. When we jump into our settings, you can see that we can use our location tracking in there. We've also got our classes that are built out. But what this area here has got is each of the subscription plans. So we can go through and map these to the items that we would like them to pre-populate when we do our invoicing. So you can see here, it's already connected into our QuickBooks file. So it's got the product and service or the item that we use. We've got GST. We're doing this in Australia at the moment. We've got our class tracking options if you wanted to go through and utilize those. I've set a margin of 100%. So QuickBooks, as a pro advisor, we get 50% wholesale discounting. And of course, you get much larger discounts as well if you purchase in bulk. We're going to go through and add 100% on those. And you can see that we've got each of the QuickBooks file types. So we've got Simple Start, Essentials, Plus, Advanced. We've also got Advanced Payroll. So this is specific for Australia. We utilize Employment Hero in the way that we have our connections. And we've been able to go through and set that up so that you've got the per employee tracker so that each month, regardless of whether your clients go up or down, you know that you can accurately on charge them for the software that your business is paying for. You can also select the colors over here, which we thought was a pretty cool customization. So you can go through and test them out. I'm not very creative, so you can see here that we've just got some basic colors in there. We've also got an excluded clients area. So if you've got fixed fee billing or you don't want to on charge them, but they're already in the CSV as they come through, you can actually exclude them so that they don't populate in there. Nice and simple, just to go through and be able to handle all of your billing. So let's jump across to the dashboard. We are connected to our QuickBooks here. I'll make sure that the sync is still live. Perfect, we're ready to go. So let's jump across. We've got our integration with QuickBooks. We've got our test account that we're utilizing here. You've got a number of templates that we can use in here. So if you ever find that the mapping on these goes out a little bit, you can actually create your own custom CSV mapping in the settings there. I won't dive into that one today. We're going to keep this nice and high level. We've got our QuickBooks. We've got the invoice date that we want this to be. We can also select a due date. I do want to highlight with this due date, you can actually set this in a number of different ways. So if you've already got terms set up for your customers, it's going to recognize those for that mapped customer, and it's going to use that existing terms. But if you don't have anything set, or you don't have a file setting for that, then that due date is what is going to be the backup option that's built into there. Let's go through and select our file. So you can see we've got our CSV billing. We've gone through and mapped this out a little bit so that it is dummy data that's in there, but we've used our own existing wholesale subscription costs that we've got in there. When we click upload, we can see up there that it's already gone through and created those for us. They're sitting over here in unmatched. So what we need to do for this first time, we need to go through and map these out. In this instance, we've got legal wires. So we're looking for them up there. We map the client. That puts it across into the pending invoices. We've also got Johnny's Outdoor Cafe. Let's have a search for Johnny's. There it is. So this list is all of our clients that have come through from our test file. We've got them sorted. We're going across to the pending invoices. We can see the rest of those ones that actually were able to go through and be mapped from that existing CSV as well. So each of these is sitting here ready to go through. So you can see here that it's got our QuickBooks Plus charge. It's brought in the description in there. So you can see that we're using this from some old billing data. That's how long we've been working on this project. It's got our base cost. It's got the quantity. It's got the margin that we want to add on there. And then at the end of it, it is adding on our GST, or our sales tax, which in Australia is 10%. So we've got the total line item invoice amount there. And then in Australia, the way that our Employment Hero QuickBooks payroll works is that you get charged per employee. So you can see here, we've got the cost that we've been charged. We've got the number of employees that's automatically been picked up from that CSV. And when I say automatically, I don't mean to oversell that. It's reading the CSV and bringing it through. We've got our 100% margin, and then it's gone and done that invoicing total there for us. If we wanted to add in a new line item, we can just as easily do that as well and add in some additional work that we might want to complete in there. And we can also add in a few additional areas in here as well. We've got the add location. So we've got our categories and mapping that's in there. We also see that we've got our classes that we can choose from in there. With QuickBooks, and when they do their special, so you might sign up and get 5 files for a heavily discounted price, but that rolls off after, say, 12 months or 2 years. You can actually add in a review note here so that you can say that this particular client, we need to review it in 12 months' time because we took up the options of the review discounted 75% discount. And what's going to happen is that that note is going to come up in there for us on that particular date. You can see there that it's put on the invoice due date. So we've got that one sorted. We're happy with that one. We can go through to the next one. Going to have a look at our line, make sure we're happy with it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And as you can see, it's picking up each of those different options. Whatever the base cost is, it applies the margin that we've set. And it's got it there ready for us to go through and do that invoicing. So what I want to show is that we can click select all. You can push individually if you'd like, or we can go select all, push selected. And now that is pushing those invoices across into our QuickBooks file. I'm going to quickly jump into that one now. It's already logged in straight away for us. And when we go to our invoices, to the month, you can see that we've got each of those have come through there with those dollar figures that were listed there for us. So if we're happy with all of those, we can go through and push them off. If we needed to add in some additional billing information, we should have done that in TwineBiller, so I can't think of why you'd want to, but we can have these all set up, ready to go out, and it's got all of the details in there ready for us to go through. So we're really excited. We're opening up our beta now. So if there is anything that you would, or if you'd love to be a part of this, we'd love to have you on board so that we can get your feedback. Really excited for what the future holds for us. You can see there that all of those have been completed. We have got those sitting in archive. So if we need to have a look at those, we can just click on it there and it takes us across into our file to show us that invoice as well. And now we've got it all set up there, ready to go. So that's pretty cool. If you've got anything that you'd like to talk to us about, please reach out to us. We'll pop on our details in this video and make sure that we're available to help out. But really excited to go through and show you TwineBiller. Talk to you soon.